everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone has had a lovely Christmas. I hope you're all spoilt rotten and that you ate your weight in food. I know I did, and then some, but that's what Christmas is for. So I thought it'd be fun today to sit down and film a New Year's Eve glam makeup tutorial. Now obviously New Year's is in a couple of days and we're probably not able, or not probably, we aren't able to celebrate it in the same way that we usually would. However, that doesn't mean that you can't sit down and put some makeup on and still enjoy your night. That's probably what I'll do. Now New Year's Eve has never been a big deal for me because one, I'm usually working. I get home for the bells, but I am usually working during the day and at night. And two, I mean, it was never really something that we were interested in when we were younger. Like Christmas was a bigger deal for us than New Year's was, so I'm not that fussed about New Year's. However, that being said, New Year's Eve is the perfect opportunity to slap a bunch of makeup on. And I mean, it's like my ideal day, so that's what we're doing today. I thought today, instead of doing the typical brown, black, smoky eye, I would make it a bit more colourful, stick some glitter on, stick some gems on, and just have a bit of fun, because I mean, I think we need it this year. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. First thing is first, we must pin the hair out of the face. Just like that. Oh, look at the wee tendrils. So first things first, obviously for New Year's Eve you want your skin to look absolutely flawless, so we need to make sure that our base is all primed. So I have already washed my face and I have toned my face, so I'm now going to go ahead and moisturise. This is the BeautyBay Thirst Class Rich Moisturiser, which I've been using for about a month now, and it is so nice. Just a really nice like thick moisturiser, but it's not thick that it feels greasy. And then I'm just going ahead and popping a wee eye cream underneath my eyes just to make sure that my concealer was sitting nicely. So I'm just going to let all that moisturiser sink in just for a minute or two, just so that once we've done the eyes and we move on to prime our face, there's just a nice base to work off of. So as always, I'm going to do one eye on camera and one eye off camera just to speed things up a little bit. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So as always, I'm going to start by setting my brows in here using some soap. Just priming my eyes using the P. Louise base just before we put any eyeshadows on, just so that we get the maximum pigmentation and payoff from them. And you'll notice I didn't carve out underneath my brows. I'm trying something new today, which I probably shouldn't do on a video, but we're just gonna go with it. I'm going to be using the NikkieTutorials BeautyBay palette today, which I actually did a review on, which you can check out at the eye above. And I'm just using this because it's got lots of fun colours in it, and the shimmers are just to die for. I'm also going to be dipping into a palette later on for one or two shades, but I'm mainly using this. The first shade I'm going to be using is this orange shade here called Redemption, and I'm just packing that onto the inner third of my eye. Now these are extremely pigmented, which is great, but just be careful. Using that same brush with whatever is left over, I'm just blending that slightly into the middle portion of my eye, just to give us a kind of transition shade. Next up, I'm going to go into this colour here, which is called Blend and Snap. It's a nice bright pink shade. I'm going to put this right next to that orange, very lightly. Going for sunset vibes here, because the sun is setting on 2020. Thank God. Next up, I'm going to go in with this really dark purple shade called Slasher. I'm just applying this right next to that pink, going up towards the end of my brow. Taking a smaller blending brush and picking up the tiniest amount of that and using it to fade the edges out into the pink. And when I mean tiny, I mean tiny. So now I am dipping into the Magic palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm going to use this dark indigo shade here called Ice. So I'm taking this on a really small brush and packing it on the edge of my eye. Then with another clean blending brush, I'm going to blend that into the purple. Now this shade is temperamental, so just be careful. Once I have blended all those shades out, I'm just going to go in with this rose gold shade here called Roxy Catan, and that's going to go all over my lid. Just using my finger to apply this because it applies best with a finger. And I'm taking that all the way up. So next I'm just going to go ahead and create a thin line of black eyeliner on my upper lashes. This is just purely to disguise the lash band of the falsies that we're putting on later. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that right now and do my other eye off camera. There's a lot more still to be done to this, but I want to do that once I've done my base makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, and then I'll be back to continue this feast for the eyes. I'm just priming my skin using my Hydra matte primer from Revolution. Just working that into the skin. And now just in my T-zone I'm applying the Revolution Pore Blur, which I haven't used in a while, but I thought I would use it today because it's my old faithful. Because I don't want to use too much foundation today, I'm going to go in with a Dermacolour and cover up any redness or imperfections over my skin first before I put foundation on. Just using a really small brush, applying it over the problematic area and then just blending it out using my finger, and you can see it works like wonders. You can see the difference that makes already. It doesn't take it away fully, but it definitely helps, and it means I don't have to put as much foundation on to cover it. Going in with the Revolution Conceal and Define foundation. I'm just dotting that about my face. I'm going to use my MAC Fix Plus. This is probably top 10 foundations ever. It's just so good. Like, so easy to use. You can see it's kind of darker than the other one, but the other one's lighter than my skin tone, so it'll blend out. Then I'm just going to blend it out. Now I want my skin to look really glowy today and like effortless, so that's what we're going for. I'm just going to go in with the tiniest amount of concealer. I don't need a lot under my eyes because I've been sleeping a lot recently. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, and this is like an illuminator crossed with like a foundation. If you ever like see on like supermodels when they're on the catwalk and stuff like this and they just have like this glass skin, it's this. It's magic in a bottle. Sometimes, like if you're doing no makeup days, I would use like the Dermacolour and then do this on my cheekbones and some cream blush, and you just look so delicious. I set on like the highest points of my face, and I'm just blending it in using my sponge. I'm just going to go ahead and set my face. I'm going to use a small fluffy eyeshadow brush to set underneath my eyes, down the sides of my nose, just so that I can avoid where I put that illuminator, just so that it keeps that glow. And then the rest of my face I'll powder with a kind of fluffy brush. So I'm going to speed through the rest of the face before we go back to the eyes. So I'm just going to go ahead and bronze first. Oh, that's pigmented. With just the tiniest amount of contour, just to kind of help shape the face a bit more. Contour away that double chin that has gotten bigger over Christmas. I eat a lot of food. And then for blush, I'm just going in with a coral blush that's kind of got a wee bit of gold through it, so it's kind of like illuminating as well. It's very pretty. And as always, I'm just applying that at the tops of my cheekbones and blending it forwards. That's very pigmented. I did not expect it to be that pigmented. Holy moly. If I ever put too much blush on, just, you know the drill. And then I'm just going in and highlighting using a gold champagne shade. And as always, just a tiny bit on the tip of the nose. To set all those base makeup products in place, I'm just going to head and use some setting spray. Watch me hit myself in the face with this. Okay. Then on the lower lashes, I'm going in with a blue eyeliner pencil and I'm smudging that along the kind of outer half. Just using a clean brush just to smoke that out, joining it up with the eyeshadow above. This blue eyeliner's got like bits of glitter in it as well. It's so pretty. I think it's an Urban, yeah, it's an Urban Decay pencil. They're some of my favourites, to be honest. Using that blue that we used on the upper lid, right on the edge, and smudging it as close to the lashes as possible just to give a tiny bit more definition. Right in the inner corner, I'm going in with that pink that we used, Blend and Snap. And I'm using this just to blend along the inner corner. Also going to take some of that orange right on that inner portion there. Just going in and highlighting my inner corner using the highlight that I used all over my face. This just kind of helps to make everything a bit cohesive. On the lower waterline, I'm going in with a copper toned eyeliner. This is the BeautyBay Crayon eyeliner in the shade Cushion. So now, because this simply isn't just extra enough for me, I'm going to go ahead and stick some gems on, because why the hell not? Everyone's going to be like, Sky, who has the time to do that? And let me tell you, I do. I have the time to stick gems on my face because it looks cool. I have some wee golden stars and some like iridescent gems as well, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick them on my eyeballs. I'm just using some lash glue to stick them on, and then I'm just picking them up with one of these wee wax pencils that are so handy. Would highly recommend, except for when you get them the wrong way around. Very often impressed with myself. I'm impressed with myself with this one. These are stunning. I'm also just going to lightly fill my brows in just while my mascara's drying. But I'm not going to fill them in too much, just where they're sparse. So to finish off, I'm just going to go ahead and do a nude glossy lip. The eyes are very colourful, so I don't think like a bright red or pink would go. So we're going to go nude and glossy. So there you have it, guys, that is the finished look. A super fun, colourful, sparkly take on a New Year's Eve eye makeup. And I'm not gonna lie, I think this is probably one of, if not my favourite look I've ever done. Because, I mean, look at it. As always, everything that I have used will be listed down below, as well as all of my social media links. Make sure you go and give me a like and a follow on them, and make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. As always, I hope you have all enjoyed. I hope you all have a lovely new year, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! I woke up with a spot under my eyebrow the other day, and it's the most annoying thing. Like, what? Why? Why? Beautiful! Don't need a lot of primer, unlike the cement layers that we see on Instagram. Just telling the truth. Oh, I've just got it on my top. I have a feeling when I said that I was using the Face and Body earlier, I said Fix Plus. I meant Face and Body. filter Hollywood Superstar Youth Glow. I don't know. It's something. What's it called? Really? I mean, if you can't wear gems on New Year's Eve on your eyeballs, then when are you going to wear them? That's my thinking. Come on. Oh, that's more than a few. Okay. Oh, I can work with that. God, you need like a PhD to open these. And unfortunately, I don't have one. I know you may be surprised. And it's quite understated. I love how this is understated for me. Can't speak to you. It's not good. High five, Sky. Boom! Just look at it. I mean, really.